tours you will love if you loved Ponniyin Selvan 1. The film is being compared to a Game of Thrones. The movie was based on the novel by Kalki, and we see here that it is portraying the quest for power and inspiring travel to the locations. So the awesomeness of Kalki's novel Ponniyin Selvan, which inspired Mani Ratnam's new two-part movie, is undeniable. Tracing the Chola dynasty has been a cult phenomenon ever since the poet, journalist and freedom fighter Ramaswamy Kalki Krishnamurthy published the Tamil historical novel P.S., the son of Ponni, in the 1950s. The river Kaveri is nicknamed Pon or Gold for its fertile delta from which sprang the Chola dynasty. The novel traces the race of the river's son, Rajaraja Chola I, in the 10th century AD through the adventures of the charming army commander Vandiyathevan. Though the Cholas had one of the longest reigns in world history and were a wealthy seafaring empire, that one was from the river Ganga down to Sri Lanka, the Maldives, and kingdoms in the Malay Peninsula, their stories are eclipsed by the more recent Mughal and British empires. Perhaps it is only fitting then that the Cholas, who were great patrons of literature, art, and architecture, would centuries later regain a foothold in the public imagination through a best-selling novel in the 1950s and its inspired blockbuster film in 2022. So PS is so compelling that people used to line up to buy copies of its serialized release from 1950 to 1954. Reading the timeless story is a rite of passage for Tamilians, with bound copies passed down generation. Superstar politician M.G. Ramachandran bought the film rights, followed by Kamal Hassan. But a movie adaptation seemed too ambitious until Mani Ratnam released a spectacular first half, which is for PS1 with English subtitles and regional dubs on 30th September 2022. So it ranked in rupees 80 crore globally on its first day alone, the first for a Tamil film, and crossed rupees 325 crore that week. So PS1 is drawing comparisons to a Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, both in its power struggles and in spiking a thirst for travel to the original locations. Decades before the film location tours, Ponniyin Selvan was a catalyst for travel and life-changing decisions, inspiring readers to get postgraduate degrees in history, write fiction, start heritage projects, take road trips in the steps of the novel's hero, Vandiyathevan, and even launch travel companies so that they could lead others on the Chola trail. While readers often mapped the journeys themselves, new guided trips continued to be added. The most famous of the stops are the Brihadiswara temple in Tanjavur, built by Rajaraja Chola I, the Brihadiswara temple in Gangaikonda Cholapuram, and the Vatsarva temple in Darasuram. All of this collectively form the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Great Living Chola Temples. These temples of worship were also economic, cultural and social hubs, and they still showcase the era's great sculptures, bronze casting and paintings. The iconic dancing Shivanatraja sculpture is said to have been fully developed during this period too. So, the Ponniyin Selvan tour often acts as a gateway for travelers to explore more of the region's history, including under the Pandyas and Pallavas. Here are 5 ways you can travel to the land of the Cholas, and these tours offer English speaking guides, and you can request for a private excursion instead of traveling with a group.